Yo, what's up guys, your boy vKilljoyy here, and today I'm going to be doing another episode of editing the Pamaj-tage, and today we're going to be doing the 3D work for it. But yeah, so first off, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to first of all make it so our audio is ready for when we want to put in our, motion tracking, because if you click LL when you're clicking on your audio layer, get away. Let me just see what the audio levels are. Nope, I want to have that to -5, okay? First of all, put your audio levels to -5, because for me, I find that's a good level to put it at. Not too loud, because usually songs are pretty loud. You may want to do that down even more, depending on the, how loud the song is. But it seems like it just, yeah, okay, there you go. So this is where the bass drops here. Let me just place a marker, because I put it in the right place where I want to have it. I was just doing a little test a minute ago. So yeah, I'll just do a little preview of where the bass drops. So yeah, as you can see there, that's where the bass drops, that's where our shot's going to come in. And as you can see also, I've put at the end of some of the clips opener and closer, for the ones which I want to have as the opener and the closer. So the opener is going to be the quad collat. So that's not relevant at the moment, but you see here I got it a bit before. Well, okay, so basically I put a marker there just so I know where it is. Went a bit further forward to here. Okay, and click that stopwatch so that now you can make the audio fade in. So if I go back to the marker where I want it to start, put it down to -48, which is the lowest the audio can go. See there, it's really quiet, then it's just going to go whoop, and it's just gradually going to get louder, okay? Also click Alt and End bracket, and yeah, I'll give you a little preview of that. See, so it comes in onto the snare like bam, bam, and that's the sort of thing you want to do with your song, preferably. Do it so it's like big and punchy, because we're only gonna have like a little bit of text. See, that's 58 seconds there. Goes over to like, I don't know, yeah, like it'll be like 10 seconds long, and we'll have 2 bits of text, so that'll be fine. And what you want to do then, you can just double click L. No, just click L once, and L again, and drag it over to there. Actually, what you can do is do that, and keyframe where the bass is going to drop right there. Yeah, that's roughly right. And yeah, so that is what we're doing in After Effects for a second. Make sure to save it. I'm going to be going now and recording the clip, and I'll be back once I've recorded the cinematic, and then I'll show you what we need to do to make it ready to track it. This is just preparing stuff. Next we'll go on to actually getting the cinematic and all that stuff. See, I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay guys, so I've just recorded the cinematic on Grind. Let me just turn off my Xbox, I don't need it on. And you see we're in a new project right now, and I'm actually gonna save this right now. Actually no, we won't just yet. I'm gonna import the file, so in videos, I just recorded it, and I recorded it then, so this is the file. Just import it, as you can see. I don't know why it's called that, but whatever. Drag it into here to make it into a composition. And what you want to do is you want to find the first frame of cinematic. See there, just testing it and stuff. And if you zoom in a bit by clicking the enlarge tool, or like the zoom in tool, get even closer, you can find the specific frame. See, it's starting to move, and I know this is where it's probably starts to put onto full. Actually, I don't know why, but I want to put it on full. Go forward. If you click, you see, well, for me, above my arrow keys, there's a page up and a page down. If you do page down, it'll move forward 1 frame. Page up, it'll move back 1 frame. See, and now you can pinpoint exactly where it starts. So I found the first frame, which moves forward. What I'm going to do is Alt left bracket to clip the start. Zoom forward. You see that I'm going to have vKilljoyy presents by there. I'm just gonna speed up the stairs and drag my keyframe, my timeline, should I say? And after that, it's gonna have the Pamaj-tage right by there. You see, then it goes and just looks up. That's how I'm gonna like fade it out by there, hopefully. And page down, page down, page down. Just keep using those to make it a bit more precise. Alt right end bracket. See, there we have our cinematic. So if I just click N by here, it'll take your work area, and it'll do that. Let me up the quality a bit. So this is the we're gonna do skip 1 and half resolution because we're recording in 59 frames. YouTube only allows 29.97. That's effectively half because you're skipping every one keyframe. So it's as if it's the YouTube version. This is what you're going to be seeing, and half so that it's a bit faster than doing it on full resolution. But yeah, let's just see it. You see there, it's looking pretty good. But yeah, I'm just going to show you then after I've done this the render settings you'll need for this. Because that's very, very important, so that you can actually track it and then put on the text. I'm not sure if this is going to be 2 separate episodes or if I'm just going to do one long episode. I think I'll probably do one long episode just so I don't have to leave you guys hanging, so you don't have to wait, you know, a couple of days. See there, zoom around the corner to there. Where you do this is you can just go onto custom games, just start up a game, sit in a corner of the map for like 30 seconds or however long you need your cinematic, and then go back, go into the theater, use the dolly camera, and place markers where you want it to be. And as I do, say with like the audio, it'll keyframe it effectively, and it'll gradually, well, it'll just like move from one point to the next. You see there, it looks good. Zoom forward again. Oof. Pamaj-tage, the Pamaj-tage, bam, and it goes dark. So, may think that's a bit fast, but don't worry, when we do, we'll be able to speed up and slow it down if we need to in our actual thing. So, do Control M, it'll add it to the render queue. So, click on here. We want to use that frame rate. Actually, yeah, that's okay. Let's just change it now to 59.94 because sometimes it won't record directly exactly like that, so that's just close enough. Everything else you keep the same. Click OK. Then you go into Output module. You want to choose PNG sequence, and that'll make every frame an individual like picture. Compression is none, and all your settings just like this. This should be fine. Color management, leave it as it is. So yeah, make sure it's PNG and it's on 59 frames, or if you recorded it in 29 frames per second, then you wouldn't do any skip when you're previewing, and you'd put it as 29.97. And also when we go later on, and if I say like 59 frames per second on Buju and Cinema 4D, then you know put it onto 29 or whatever your actual frame rate is. So we're going to go over here. I have a After Effects folder with Cines. Make a new folder. I'll do Pamaj-tage. Okay. Click OK, enter that. Now I'll do a new folder, and I'll call this from AE, from After Effects. Okay, so you can have multiple different files for this. So one from After Effects. Let me just call it opening Cine. Cine short for cinematic. Make sure it says PNG. Click save and make sure you have the numbers those after it. Then those will turn into numbers for each of the keyframes. So if you don't have that, make sure you switch it to its PNG sequence. And just click render. And I'll let this render out. It might take a bit of time. If you want to click caps lock, and then it'll preview. It'll RAM preview a bit faster, so it won't refresh on the screen. We just click caps lock again, it'll go to where it actually is. See, 11 minutes remaining because my computer's so slow. So yeah, I'll stop recording. I'll be back once that's done, and I'll yeah, show you how to do the next part. Alright guys, so it's just finished rendering. As you see, render is done. You see the status done. So what we want to do is do Control S and just save this real fast. And I'm going to call this Pamaj-tage tutorial. Cines. I can't even spell Cines. Okay, and because that's really important, so that we have a separate composition for all our cinematics and stuff, because we're going to come back to here quite a bit. Also, what you can do is just right click, trim comp to work area, and just control S again. And that's good. That's what we're going to be doing in After Effects for this episode, I think, until a bit later on. So, if you click on this Buju, I'll hopefully be able to leave a link in the description to where to download it. It's completely free, so Cinema 4D. If you just click on Buju, click Run, and then it should load up pretty nicely. And just give it a second or two. It isn't the fastest to load up. And yeah, so basically in Buju, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tracking points on our cinematic. And as you see here, my screen resolution's 720 instead of 1080. So it's a bit disproportionate, the entire thing. But if you click on Import Sequence, and you just find your find where your stuff is. Back even more. Yeah, editing, After Effects, Cines, Pamaj-tage from After Effects. And what you want to do, because we got a lot of keyframes, we got 663. What you want to do is click the first one. See it there? Just click Open. See there, it's got the first keyframe and the last keyframe. It's very smart. It knows exactly which ones you want to use. So frame rate, put up to 59.94 if you recorded it in that. Everything else keep the same. And if you just click Apply, that's good. But what you have to do is you're going to have to re-put it back up to there. It'll apply again because for some reason it reset. And yeah, just click Close. As you can see here, we got every one of the frames. It's all nice, and yeah, it works pretty good. That what we want to go to then is track features. Your layout may be a bit different. I have to re-put everything back in because for some reason mine all got deleted a while ago. But yeah, so going to track features next. Sequence 1, yeah, all frames, advanced. Now this will be able to. This is what really tracks every feature, all the different points on your cinematic. So, what you can do is you can decrease the sensitivity. I wouldn't do that. What I do is I always put onto max. It takes a bit longer, but it's going to track more features and it's going to be more precise. I'll keep everything like that. And then just click Start. And it might take a while. See, that's roughly 10 minutes it's going to take. So it'll just track all the features. See there, it sees everything, it sees where they're moving as well. And yeah, so that's that. I'll stop recording, I'll come back once this has finished. I'll show you what to do next. Okay guys, so it's finished tracking all the features. As you can see, you can drag back through. It's a bit slow, but yeah. I won't give you a noise when it's finished rendering like After Effects, but as you can see, it's just, yeah, you can see all the points. It seems really messy there. So what you want to do is do camera solve, all frames, leave that all like that, and just optimize camera path smoothness. So try and make it as smooth as possible. And do start. Next one should be a lot faster. Hopefully it will be a lot faster. No, this one's supposed to be a bit longer. So again, I'll just cut until when this is done, so that it isn't that boring for you. But yeah, you just do camera solve and let it do what it needs to do. See, I'll be back when it's finished. Okay guys, so it has finished camera solving, and I actually just recorded this, but the audio messed up, so I'm going to have to redo it. So, as you can see, we got every point which Buju has tracked. And we've got everything there, where we're going to have vKilljoyy Presents, and then the Pamaj-tage up there. So, what you want to do is you want to go to the very start, and what I do is scene geometry. And I've already got these set up, but I'll show you how I did them. Let me just get to the right angle. I got to an angle before I could get the right point. So, what this is going to do is going to get it to the angle of which you want to have your text. So, if I do one, you'll see what I mean. So, across axis, see there, what you do is you click on the point which you want to have as your like left side, then do Control, click by there, and then just, you know, because I already did it, you would click Connect to Selected, and Z, do the same thing, click on that point, click to there. It doesn't have to be on the corner. It could have been, you know, like there and there, but because this one works so well with that, it looks like a right angle. If you're on the right, if you're at the right place, yeah, it sees pretty right angle-y there. And then what you do, just do update code frame and close that. Then you'd add test object, and you see, because it knows the across and the back, it can adjust itself. So that is the angle which you can have with your text saying, you know, vKilljoyy presents or whatever. So yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly how I wanted the ladybird there. That's going to be how the text is going to be positioned initially. This will make it a lot easier in Cinema 4D. So what we can do now is just export camera. I've already done this, but I'll show you again. Do as a Cinema 4D file. And you click browse. I've already got one, so vKilljoyy presents. Save that, and do the scale scene by 100. Then this will size up nicely in Cinema 4D. Keep everything else the same. Just change the export type to Cinema 4D, and then just click save. Because I've already done it, yeah, I'll override it. It's exactly the same points anyway. And so that's the first one. And up here you'll have, see, this is where I had the ladybug for the other one. Just delete that. If we do scene geometry, this is for the x-axis actually. Gonna click there and click there because I know where I want them because I just did them a second ago. Connect to selected, and if we do there to there, connect them, and then update. It's all done. Exit off that. Add a test object, and this one isn't quite right. As you can see, it's just a bit off. Seems a bit weird. So give me a second. I'm just trying to think. I remember what I did yet. I think. Okay, scene geometry. Z-axis will do there and there. No, I keep on clicking shift. You gotta click control. Do there. That's a bit update. You may have to do this quite a few times just to, you know, find the angle that you want. No, that's completely wrong. Okay, let me do scene geometry again. Z-axis. Pretty sure that's what I did last time. Don't know why it isn't working now, but we'll just redo that. Those two, connect to selected. X. It's gonna be there and there. Connect, update, close, and yeah, that's how I wanted it. So you got this, the ladybird there. As you can see, it's the wrong way, but don't worry, we can change that in Cinema 4D really easily. It's exactly like the first one. So if you do export again, browse, and change it to a Cinema 4D file. Somewhere where I say the Pamaj-tage. Do the scale to 100. See, that looks pretty nice. Save that. Yeah, I'm gonna override it because it's exactly the same points as I had before, and it looks the same. And yeah, so that's how you track your points, ready for when you put it into Cinema 4D. And yeah, we'll get onto that in a second, guys. Okay, so I also forgot to mention that you're gonna need to save it. So what you do is just click on save. I already had it saved as one, so you would do save as, save it in the same folder, and just call it like opening cinematic. Make sure it's a Buju project file, and then just click save, and yeah. So yeah, we'll go on to Cinema 4D next, guys. Alright guys, so we're on Cinema 4D now, and this is the program we're going to use to put the text on and add shading and all that, make it look real cool. So I'm going to do file open, and I'm going to choose not the NB team Taj, we're going to go the Pamaj-tage from Buju. See, we're going to do vKilljoyy presents first. Okay, leave that as 5 inches if you get that. Let's click OK. And bam, you see it's got all the points, but you see it's not really, doing anything. So, okay, first of all, see this bar by here? Drag that all the way out. So then you've got all the frames. Otherwise you may be thinking, oh, why did it stop by there? Because all the frames haven't been set out. So, on this bottom part here, you're going to double click on this because it makes a new material. Double click, turn off secular, that just adds like a white light. If you don't want, go into color. On this texture bar, just click by there and choose the, if I can find it, the first image, the first frame in your cinematic. You see there we got all the frames, just choose the first one, click open, click no to this, don't want to create a path, leave that like that, click on the 3 dots next to it, don't click on the 3 dots, click on the same link again, the bar, go to animation, and then just click calculate, and then it'll calculate all the frames. Now it's got from 0 to 663. Now if you click X on that, you got that all done. See on the right here, we got the top null. What we're going to do next is go into this arrow here, hold it down, keep holding it down, go to background and let go. You see there you got the background. And what you want to do then is just drag your material up onto the text, and bam, there you go. You got your background, and yeah, it's all nice like that. And you see you got, that's where the text we plotted in Boojoo. That's the exact point where the ladybird was on, right at the center. Go up there. Don't have the other one yet because that was in the other track, but yeah, that looks pretty good by there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add the text. If you go on to MoGraph and you go down to MoText, you see you got some text, and go on to this. Let's give it a second so that we can actually change size and everything like that. I'm yawning. So the text, you want it to say vKilljoyy, no, not vKilljoyy, vKilljoyy presents. Make sure you spell it all right. And if you just click off it for a second and click back on, you see, you got your text perfectly like that. Now the first thing you want to do is, well, the first thing I always do is I change the font. Now, you can use whatever font you want. I have a couple which I got from the internet. You got typical Typograph Pro, which you see a lot using editing. Or we got what I used in my last edit, which I think I'm going to use again because I like it. Bebas. I don't know how you say that, but I really like this font, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to change the align from left to middle, and it's Bebas regular. You can find this on the internet pretty easily. So, see, we got that text there. It looks all good. I'm actually going to change the depth to 40, and as you can see there, it went a bit further back. It just adds depth to it, obviously. So if you just drag this up, this sits above the ground, because you don't want to have it clipping through the ground like it was there. I'll have it a bit further up, have it a little bit over, because we'll do something special with that in later. So, got your text. I'm also going to move it over to the left so it doesn't clip through the wall by there. And as you can see, the 2 lines of text are actually clipping with each other. So, what we do with that is we go into horizontal spacing. No, not horizontal spacing. Actually, we'll put that up to 2, so it's a bit more spaced out. Do vertical spacing. Do it however much you want. I think 50 will do for me on this. See, it looks really nice there. Also, we can change the overall size of this. So 170. I think that looks pretty nice. You also, when you do the vertical spacing, you'll have to just move that text a little bit. So as you can see, you'll be like, bam, vKilljoyy presents. It's going to go behind there. We're going to be able to mask that out later where it clips behind there. You can move it across even more if you want. I'm actually going to rotate mine a little bit by clicking that rotate tool and just moving it slightly. Don't want to have too much, but I just want to make it a bit easier to see. See there, vKilljoyy presents. Go right up there, looking pretty good. You can move it wherever you want, to be honest. Across a bit, maybe a bit further. Oh, no, not up and down. A bit further forward. Just a tad. And, you know, it'll stay perfectly in the right space. Perfectly with the 3D. I'm actually going to move a little bit more up. So, that is the first bit of text. If you click this button up by here on the top, as you see, you just render it out, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's just a quick preview of that frame. But you may be thinking, okay, yeah, that looks pretty good, but now what? So, what you're going to do next is you're going to add a light. Click on the light there. Just drag that up by there. I want to have one in the corner by there. If you click preview, then you can see how the lighting works with it, and you can add multiple lights if you want, if you so wish. Just drag that down, zoom back in, I think, yeah. So, yeah, you got that light up there, and that light, to be honest, I think looks in a pretty good spot for me. In my opinion, I like that very much, actually, yeah. Nice little bit of shading. So, also, if we go into the text, I'm gonna add caps. Now, these just do stuff with the edges, so it isn't just a straight stop. So I do filler cap and a filler cap, and I think I'm gonna change the radius down to say 3 on both of them, so it isn't as big. And if you preview now, you can see it's just a bit, you know, a bit smoother. It just looks, I think it looks a lot better, in my opinion. And yeah, you can see from that angle there, it looks really nice. But still, it does just look a little bit, you know, a bit too fake. So if you double click on the bottom here, we're going to add some color to it. So if you go into color, disable secular, you got your color, and for the first color, you can pretty much choose whatever you want. I know a couple of people, they decide for like the color on the background, like based on the background. But for me, I think the first color I'm going to use is actually going to be a green. I just feel like using sort of green color today. You can use whatever color you want, but I just like this one. So you've got color there, go to reflection and click that. I want to go to a similar sort of color, but you're going to have to do it quite a bit brighter, okay? Click OK, and you see there, that's the sort of color text is going to be. So it looks really nice. And yeah, you can adjust the brightness of as well if you want, but I want to keep that on full. Maybe do it a little bit down. Let's see, like, yeah, 90, just straight up 90. Yeah, that looks nice. So, got that there. I'm also going to create another one, which this will be the color of your edges. So, that's going to be for the front part. This will be for the edges, or you could do it the other way around. And the color for this, I'm going to do black edges. Oh, no, turn off secular, go onto color, and you do straight black. Go to reflection, turn reflection on, but you're going to want to have it, I'd say, around about there, so it's not too bright. You see, that's a nice looking black. And you got your text. What you want to do is just pop that on there. It looks pretty nice. Put this on, and then order it so it's on the left side. Click on the green. When it goes into selection, do C1. Enter, and you see there it's black along the sides, but on the front it is it's nice. So that is color added, but as you see, there's actually no reflection. So what you do for that, really simple. Just go into there, go into sphere, drag that up. So, and you just got to try and position it to the center. Doesn't have to be exact. And there's like a little square by there. Just increase the size so it's really big. Not too much bigger than your text, but that should be good. If you want to check that it's good all the way around, go to this tool by here, this little circle. Just drag it around and see that looks pretty good. And if you want to get it back to normal, just move the frame. It'll go back to normal. Now, you just want to grab your material, your background, drag it onto the sphere. And when it goes on to projection, I'm going to change it to spherical. Pretty sure, yeah, spherical. And then you're going to go into tags, Cinema 4D tags, compositing, and just untick those three and add that one. See there, just, you know. And this, now go into the sphere actually. See there's these dots on the top. If you just double click that one, you can't even see it when you're just doing it normally. And this should work now. See there you can see the reflections on it, but it isn't too much, you know, in the way of reflections. So you may need to move your light a bit and try it again. And you may just need to, I don't know, change up the colors and stuff so it looks more reflective. You can also go into here, maybe just mess around with the colors of the shading. For example, this I might make it a bit darker, the original color. So in this one, even a bit brighter, I'd say, just so that there's a bigger contrast. That actually doesn't look too good like that. Let's do this back to there. Let's just make the reflection color brighter, maybe. Yeah, that should make it look a lot better. See there, just looks pretty good. Depending on what map and what scene it's in, it'll look different reflections. See the reflections there. It's not too bright, but it's bright enough, to be honest. I'm actually gonna copy, so Control C and Control V the light, put it below the sphere, and I just want to move it across to the other edge, just to see if that'll help it out. Nah, it's a bit too bright, I'd say, so just delete, oh no, just delete the sphere, Control Z if anything you delete happens like that. Delete the other light. Probably going to put this right to the center. Messing around with your lighting as well will hopefully improve it quite a bit. And you see that you got the reflections. They're not the brightest of reflections, but you know, it should look okay. Looks decent. I like that. That's the thing. This is what takes me a lot of the time. Just, you know, making sure that you have the right color. You guys can take quite a while to do this if you want. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. And yeah, let me just do this. Let me just see how far off the ground it is. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna add a shadow to the floor. See there, we got the light. I don't want to have it too far away, so that this will be a lot easier to do the shadow. So, got that by there. Let me just double check with this. And yeah, I suppose that looks okay. Like that. Yeah, that looks fine. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into here. No, actually go into here, onto the square, and go into plane. I see now you got a plane which is directly on the you know, the right angle, the y-axis. So, see it's on y north. If you did it to y5, it would be a bit higher. Not too much, but you see that's perfect right there. So, I want to get this, move it again, and position it. That'll do that angle. You can turn around. See this back angle by there? Do that. Drag it back a little bit. Because, as you see, the light's by there, so it's going to be going backwards. You can also readjust it, angle it the right way. That's pretty perfect. I like that very much. Now what you want to do is you got the plane, drag back on that, and change the projection to frontal. Okay, now just give me a second. I just gotta pause and redo my recording just for a second. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and we got the text here. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna move everything apart from the text and the null. Let's click on the move tool, drag it forward a bit. Because I just want to have it a bit closer to the camera so that we can get the reflections just to work a little bit better. No, not the reflections, the shadows to look even better. Where's the back? I can't move it back. There we go. And now if you click on that, you see it's looking interesting. So what we go is onto the tags. 740 tags, and no, I was just double checking that I didn't already put them on the compositing. Take off cast shadows and put composite background. See there, it just looks pretty boring at the moment. But what you're gonna do is go to the light, go into shadows, put it to soft, and Let's drop this down to say 60. Looks pretty good for most maps. You may need to adjust it. See there, you can see that, but the plane isn't quite big enough. You could adjust this just by doing that. And I don't know, for this it doesn't seem to be looking the best because it's an indoor area and the shadow is just not seeming to fit. And there's lots of objects in the way. You got like the ramp and stuff behind, so oh gosh. Let me just move the text actually a bit further up. Seems to be clipping through the ground a little bit. See there, it's just, I don't know. You can add shadows if you want, but right now it's just clipping through the ground. You could just, I don't know, we might do on the one up there depending on if it seems to work. What we can do maybe is if there's a fall off option. I don't think so though. So I don't know, I'm not going to do shadows on this one. Actually I just deleted the light, didn't I? Let's get that, let's just drag it forward a bit. I'm gonna Control C, Control V, so it's duplicated. Put the other one to the other side. See there, like that. That looks pretty good, I think. Get all of them. I'm actually gonna rotate it just a little bit like that, and it seems to be a bit off. There, that looks a bit off still. How does that look? That looks a little bit more wonky, to be honest. Let's just Control Z that. Yeah, let's just rotate it just a bit more. I think that's the way you rotated it. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. When we get our CC on as well, it'll look even better. But yeah, just for now, that is looking pretty nice, I think. So that's, it's saying vKilljoyy present. Yeah, what we're going to do now is just do Control S, and it'll save it, because you've already got the file from where you exported it from Buju. Oh, I'm yawning. So yeah, you already have the Cinema 4D file from that. So you don't really need you don't need to save it in different places. You just got to save. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep adjusting this because I'm getting really picky with it. No, undo that. And yeah, we'll move on to do the second text in a minute. Just making sure that is looking good. vKilljoyy present. Oh, what happens there? The one keyframe seems to glitch out a little bit. I might lower this down a bit. See there, it's now it's above there. Yeah, looks like it's sitting on there pretty nicely. I think that looks good. Might also just decrease the size. I'm gonna increase the cap actually to 5 on each of them. Go to object and lower this down to say 160. It's not quite as big, but yeah, I like that because the more cap you have, the darker you can see around the edges. So I'm gonna bump it up to 7 actually. I feel like doing it to 7. Steps, don't worry about them. And you see there, bam, it looks pretty good. Actually, no, I'm just gonna do a 6. And hopefully that looks good. Just a bit of, you just gotta go back and just adjust it. I'll do it back to 5. No, not 65. No, that'd be way bad. Just a 5. It's yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. So, see there, we got that. We got a bit of shadows on there, and I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, again, Control S. Do that. Go to File, Open, and we're gonna go and do the Pamaj-tage text next. So yeah, let's just load this up. And yeah, I just gotta restart my recording again. It'll just be a couple of seconds, guys. Alright, guys, so we got our Pamaj-tage text file, Cinema 4D ready. So go into secular, color, do this all again. Same stuff as before, just clicking on the animation, calculate, and see it's the right frame rate. Effectively. So, into there, into the background, and actually, Now I'm thinking that I'm going to go into the other one for a second. So what you do if you want to go back to the other one, you go Window. Because I didn't close down the other one, just go to vKilljoyy Presents. I'm actually going to change the color of this to a red, because the next one I want to have is green, because Pamaj is, you know, his color is green, more so than red. So, yeah, that looks okay, I think. Fits pretty nicely. May just try and, I don't know, improve the colors, whatever. That looks pretty nice, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we like that. We like that. Just preview it again. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just Control S on this one. Window, the Pamaj-tage. So, we're pretty much going to be doing just exactly the same thing as we were before. Apart from this time, we're going to be just, I don't know, we're just going to be messing around a little bit more with the text sizes and stuff. So we'd go more text. And as you remember, this was facing the wrong way. So what you want to do is you just click on there. What you can do is just, it'll tell you the degrees, and as long as you do it to be like 180 or as close to it as you can get, then it'll look okay. Oh, perfect. I was gonna say sometimes you won't get it exact, but there I managed to, so that's pretty good. Let me just see. Yeah, that looks like it's in the right place and stuff. So, go to Object, change the text. And we're gonna set up 3 of these now. So I'm just gonna make a 10 up to 40. Change the font to what is it? Bibas. See, that looks pretty good. The height is 200 at the moment, and I'm gonna leave it at 200. Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty cool with this, hopefully. So if you change, just change that to middle. Move it over because I'm gonna have a P right there. It's gonna look good. This is gonna look real good. So, what I'm gonna write. Okay, first of all, let me just Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna have Pamaj-tage. Pamaj-tage. Now this I'm gonna make a little bit smaller, say like 170. Yeah. Let's try and, I don't know, this is gonna be interesting to try and get the sizes right. Pamaj-tage. I'm gonna actually lower that down to 150. Yeah, that looks fine. Leave that like that. That's all fine. Go on to this Motex one and do P. And then we're going to increase the size to 250. Actually, no, we're going to go 300 style. Because this is so you see you got a big P there. You just take this text and change it to, say, V. And if we do a little bit of maths here, this is 300, this one's 150, so what's this one going to be? Oh, it's actually going to be 125. It's not going to be what you probably thought it was, but I'm going to have V on the top by there. I might just do it down to 110. And as you can see, it says the Pamaj-tage. That looks actually a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. And you see there, the lighting for it looks a bit weird. Except we don't have any lighting or anything, but the Pamaj-tage. I actually really like that. I just decided to do it then, and that actually turned out to look really nice. Do it all over just a little bit. The Pamaj-tage. I like that. So, I'm actually going to rotate it forward just a tad. You can't really see the numbers. So, I'm just going to Control Z that. Do it forward. I think that's forward 1 degree. And I just want to have it forward just a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create another color, just another standard, you know, the color thing. I'm gonna do the reflections after, but you know, it doesn't really matter what order you do the reflections and stuff, as long as you actually remember to do them. So let's make another color layer. This one again is gonna be a black outline. Turn on reflection, that would help. Just make that a bit darker. Yeah, that looks great. So if we put on the color first, we gotta do it to each individual one. Let me do this. If we do it onto there, will it do it to all of them? Yes, it does. If we highlight all these by just Alt Shift, then you could hold Control. I'll do Control. Let's do C1. Enter, and bam! It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? But we can easily adjust that. Go into here, go to caps, fill it cap, fill a cap again, and 5 was good for last time. And yeah, that looks actually really nice. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Turned out better than I thought it would. I'm actually gonna move the up just a bit. I didn't want to have it completely flush and stuff, but hey, that is looking very nice. The Pamaj-tage. You can do however you want. Obviously mine's called the Pamaj-tage, so it says Pamaj-tage on it. Whatever yours is gonna say, it'll say that. So drag this up, drag it a bit forward. Got a little bit of light in there. But first of all, well, next we are gonna actually do the sphere again. Just drag that over there and enlarge it. Let's do it just a bit over. Make that even larger still, and just check the size. You can't always see it exactly, but it's sticking out a little bit there. Let's just increase that size. Yeah, looks perfect. So just double click on there so it's got the red so you can't see it. Oh, actually we need to see it, so no. I'm pushing all these buttons. You gotta put that on there first, and then we can double click that. Change the mapping. No selection. No, yeah, projection to spherical. Cinema 4D tags of compositing. Disable those 3. Oh, we want to have that on, and enable that. And oof, see that one has a lot of reflection. Okay, now that is a bit too much reflection, you see, and it'll obviously change from location on map, you know, as down there it wasn't really that strong. So I'm actually going to bump this down to 80. Typically I don't like to have the reflection on too much, and phone just beeped, and I don't care. App, okay. Gosh. Okay, so do it like that. That looks pretty good. I don't want to have it too bright, so I'm actually going to make it a bit darker. Put this down to, say, 70, and hopefully that looks okay. Yeah, I'll see what it looks like on 60 first off. Because this is really important. You've got to make sure you get the colours of it right. And the reflection seems really quite a lot. So 70, put that down to 70, so it's just 10% more. And yeah, I'm liking that. The Pamaj-tage, that text. Bam, that looks really good. I really like that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you think that looks good. And again, I'm not going to do a shadow just because there's walls behind it and it'll probably mess up, knowing me. So, you see that's just off the ground a bit. And, yeah, I don't know. That looks, perfect. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Got the reflections, got the shadows, got everything I need. Let's just see as it goes around the corner, see what this looks like. If that looks okay. See there, looks fine, and then you come up to it and you got more reflections, and it just looks amazing. So, Control S on that. And I'm pretty sure those are both of them done. Let me just check the other one. This one didn't have as many text, but this one had shading and the shadows. And the reflections a bit more. I'm getting really like OCD with this one. If you put this maybe down, no, let's keep that on max. Let's do that. See, I don't know. Reflection needs to be 100, I'd say, for this one. It's not too much reflection, but to be honest with the red, it is actually pretty hard to get reflection, especially in this area. I'm happy with that. That's a more vibrant colour than I had before. Control S. Now, this is the important part. You've got to see. I'm going to do it for the vKilljoyy represents first. I'm going to go right back to find the first frame which you see it. So the first frame which you see it in is at 0. Then you got to find the last frame which it's visible. So the last one, see it when it goes out of that area by there. The last frame, you can use these to go back and forward, is actually 281. So I'm going to go to our render settings now. And on output, you see it's got 281 by there. Put this to 0. So it'll only render out 281 frames. The first 281 from 0 to there. Because otherwise you'd be doing all of them from the very start, by there to the very end, when there's no text. So it'd be a waste of time. Everything else is good there. You got the frame rate and everything. Perfect. Go to save. Turn on alpha channel, and this will disable the background, so you can layer it on top of things later. That won't really make a difference too much in this one, but make sure you do that just in case on every single track you do. It'll make life a lot easier for you. So, if you choose QuickTime Movie, that's the file I'm doing it, because it's pretty high quality. On the animation, just change it up to 59.94, to whatever you had it as. Make sure it's animation. Click OK. Everything else is good there. Just make sure you save this and go to Cines, Pamaj-tage, new folder from C4D, Cinema4D. And this one is vKilljoyy Presents. And so you got that there. Multipass, you don't do anything with that. I think that's for audio. I'm not too sure. Maybe that's I don't know. You don't do anything with multipass. Anti-aliasing. Go to geometry. Click on best. Change this to 2x2 because this is what makes the edges look smooth, especially when you get close to them. This is just the settings I use. Nothing I want to change on there or there. So you got that, and you got your text there. I like to position into a nice place where it makes it look really nice. I really like that. That looks actually really good. Better than when it was green. So you want to click and hold on there, and click Add to Render Queue. You want to save the changes yet. These are from my track I did for the last edit I did, the MB1K team pouch. If you haven't already checked out, make sure you check out. So you got these in there. The good thing about this is you can still edit it up if you want a little bit, and it'll make changes to the file which is in here. So, say if I wanted to change the position of a light, I could do that, and what I changed it to would render out here. You don't have to re-put in the file. I don't know. Anyway, let's just minimize that for a second. Go into window, go to the Pamaj-tage, put into it a nice location, like there. Oh, looks so nice. I really like the look of this text right by here. Looks really nice. So, what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to have to look to see where we first see it. And we actually see it right back here, which means that we're going to have to do quite a bit of masking, which is going to be fun. So, starts on 45. Let's say, go all the way up to there. So, go settings, go to output, change this down to 45. So that's 590 frames. It's going to take a while to render out. Change this again to movie, enable that, options. Make sure you set it to 59, otherwise it won't look very good. Click on the dots there. In the Pamaj-tage folder, you're just going to call this the Pamaj-tage. And yeah, pretty sure, yeah, that's how you spell Taj, isn't it? Yeah, just double checking I don't make any spelling errors. It's up to 2 by 2, otherwise, you know, if I didn't do any spelling errors, that'd be really awkward. So you got that perfectly there, and bam, man, that looks so good. Looks so nice, that text. I like that text. Yeah, so all you want to do is just do Control S. No, don't click on that. Click on there. Click to add to render queue. See there, you got both of them by there. That one is only that many frames. This one is that many frames. And what you can do is just, when you want to start it, all you do is just do jobs and start rendering. And these will take a long time. This is estimated to take roughly 20 minutes-ish. That one will take twice as long, I imagine. So, alright guys, so I have waited a while for these all to edit, or to render out, should I say. It's been about an hour and a bit. Yeah, it's been quite a while. So, yeah, so we got all these done. We got them both rendered out, so that's perfect. We can close that, but I'm going to keep this open because we're going to need to know when they start and when they stop. Well, for the second one anyway. So, let's go back into our After Effects. You see we still got our cinematic file by here. What we're going to do is double click right here to import file. Then go to where you saved the, well, rendered out the files to. So from Cinema 4D we got the Pamaj-tage, and that import them. And sorry, when they come in, then okay, do straight unmatted. Okay. Okay, I'm clicking. It's not responding. Ah. So basically, when you get it, just do it so it's straight unmatted and okay. Come on. Okay, I'll wait a little bit for this to work. Okay, so the first one managed to work. I just clicked X on the corner, straight unmatted. Okay, and see there, it works perfectly. So, what we're gonna do now is you see we got our timeline here. We're gonna get the vKilljoyy presents. Drag it right onto the top, and you see it's layered up now, and it is perfectly on top and in line. As you can see, it's barely moving really from the spot. It looks as if it is actually there. Looks very good, I think, of that. So we just wanted to keep, as I said, this open so we could realize, so we know what frame this started and ended on. Oh, that just looks too good. I can't even. Okay, so it started on 45 and ended 634. Okay, so forget the Pamaj-tage one. Get that on there. I want to make that invisible for a moment. This one just so it moves faster. Gotta find frame 45, which is right there. Drag this, click Shift, so it'll snap to there. And oof, if we just take that off here, you can see it's right up in the corner there. And as you see though, at the moment, they're like on top of each other. And like, okay, so first of all, we'll just basically, let me just explain what we're going to do first off. We're going to be having to mask all the text out so that you can't see it. And this will take quite a bit of time, but it is really important. So, first of all, if my After Effects would like to load, let me just save this, just so it's okay. So we'll keep that there. And for the first clip, to be honest, put it down to quarter, that's a lot easier. For the first clip, as you can see, there's pretty much no masking needed. At the start, you see it doesn't need anything. But at the end, when it comes up to this wall here, we'll have to do just a little bit, not that much, which is great for us. So let's just keep moving up. I think we're gonna have to do some Yeah, we're gonna need to do something like from there onwards. It is very, very, very simple masking there, so this should take us like hardly any time at all. So you're gonna want to put up to full so that you can, you know, see it really clearly. That looks like really good quality. You see it's nice and smooth, apart from when you zoom up into it, obviously, because it's pixely. And what you're gonna want to do, click V, so you got your pointer tool. I did H there to move it around, and then V so you can like highlight and move stuff. Control Z. Okay, make sure you're clicking on the right layer. Click on this pen tool up here. What you want to do, just click, say like by there, then click, say by there. You see that makes a line, and then just make like a little, make quite a big box. I would, okay, just a box like that. It's all good. Then click M when you're on the layer. Make sure you click that stopwatch, because then it'll, similarly to the audio increase, it'll like move gradually over from when I place the keyframes. You'll see in a minute. It's very smart how it works. And instead of having it as add, you want to have it as subtract. So whatever's in that box, it'll take away from that layer, because that layer is selected. So as you can see, we can actually put that down like that. Drag this up so you can see it fully. And so what we're going to do, so you got that right by there. You're going to move forward quite a few frames. Move across, click V, and make sure you've got the entire path selected. Just click on there, and it'll just drag it across. And what I do for this is I actually make it so you can't see the text, because otherwise it becomes a bit harder. And just align the corners. That corner's pretty accurate. And just align that corner by just clicking off it, so you're not selecting it all, just moving the individual point. And you see there, that is now masked behind it. Now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to move it over just a couple of frames, because otherwise it looked like it was just a bit off. I might move it a bit more the other way. Pardon me, I keep burping. And yeah, you see. And now, and move it across, you see it sort of does it on its own. It like moves with the camera. Like it sees it's gone there, so it has to move that much in the frame. I don't know. It's awkward to try and explain. If you do that up there, we can actually then drag it off the screen so it's not in shot throughout the entire thing, just when it comes to by there. So let's zoom in again. I'm actually gonna readjust this starting position so it's just over a bit. That way it should be a lot better. What you can do is when you're halfway through, you could do it frame by frame if you wanted to, if it's like really complicated to what you're trying to mask. But to be honest, I find most of the times this works fine. So then we're gonna go click the H. She got messaged. I'm not looking at it though. So it moves across even more. You're gonna have to grab that. You see, we got the entire path selected at the bottom. We had that. Turn off the that button. H, do V again, and just move that bottom one. And I'm just going to adjust this top one very slightly. And yeah, so if you do the hand there, you see, looks good. It's not going to be exact. If you do it each frame, then obviously it'll be a lot more precise. But for now, for what we're doing, it's going to be pretty good. It won't be very noticeable if it is a little bit off. Just do this bottom one like that. Turn that on like that. That looks pretty nice. See, just drag back through and you can see it just slowly masks itself in. And see now we're actually coming to the very bottom corner, so it's going to be a lot easier. We just line that up there, get that there, bam, turn that off so you can actually see where the line is. Now turn it back on. I think that looks pretty good, like that. And then just move the, you know, with your hand, move your camera over just slightly each time, just so you can fully see where it's at. Click off like that. I want to move the mask over just a bit. Yeah, that looks really good, that one. That's a good masking. Yeah, just keep doing this. You don't have to have the same space between on each time. I don't think I do. But obviously, the closer together the keyframes are, the easier it will be. You know, the cleaner it will look, basically. So if we do that like that, click off it there. You can see there it's a little bit off. So what we can do is just take the mask, move it a bit. I think that's the power. It's sped up a little bit because the camera's just awkward. And again, move that across. And yeah, so very last couple of ones now, and then I'll show you this for the next part. The next one's going to be a bit more complicated. It's going to have to do a bit more in like keyframing and have multiple masks. But to be honest, it's not going to be very hard at all. So you got the last mask here. It's looking very slick. And yeah, so that's it. That is what it's going to look like. We can do a very, very quick, you know, what do you call it, preview right now. Let me just do Control S. And you can see in real time how it looks, like that. So you can't even really notice it. If I do it again, maybe from further back, you can see the slow-mo and then it speed up. You can't really notice it, but as an editor, especially when you're editing it, you'll notice a lot more. So you see, bam, looks good, just speeds up. You can't even really notice, as I said, but it still looks very good. So, with that being done, I'll go on to the second one now. Just gotta redo my recording, just so, you know, everything's all good. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so basically what we got is, I just did a little quick thing. I just removed some of the keyframe, well, some of the frames from the start of this layer because they were frozen, and just lined it up from where it started moving more to the actual scene and the text, so it was all synced up nicely, because I noticed that it sped up a bit by here, I think, and it wasn't moving quite right. See, it still isn't 100% right, but it still looks okay. And I just also then highlighted all of them keyframes, moved them so that they were in the right position, as you can see. And yeah, that's pretty good. That's that for that layer. Now we're going to go on to edit this next one and mask this one out. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I know I'm going to be having to mask it from the start, so I'm going to zoom out and see where I'm going to have to stop masking for this layer, just so I can get a rough idea in my head. Can you still see it by there? Not quite. So let's see where we're going to have to stop masking. Well, I'm going to mask there just to be safe. So by there, and if you click the asterisk, I think it is, the star on your number pad, should be in like top right on mine, maybe on like an 8 for you, I'm not too sure. I should do a little marker like that. So that's the area we're going to have to mask out. So if we don't want to see the top layer, the vKilljoyy presents, so go back to the start here. I know we don't see it from the very start, the text, so the text. So where does it start? It starts by there. So get your mask, get your pen tool again, should I say? Drag that, not drag it, click on each of these points and click up there. Now you want to keep it as add, so that all you can see is the area inside the mask. Do that again, keyframe the mask path like that. And pretty much what we're going to be doing, if you click M again, you see just the mask path and the keyframes. go forward quite a bit. I'm actually going to zoom in here. That was a bit too much, maybe. I'm not sure. Just click V, and then you'll drag these down. It's exactly the same as the other one. And I noticed also with my recording that the longer I have a recording for, the more weird my audio seems to get. So I think I'm probably just going to cut it from here to when I've nearly finished, or when I have finished, because the rest of this is pretty simple stuff. It's just masking out just like I did on the other one. So you guys should be able to do it. So yeah, I'll be back when I've done it. So guys, I'm nearing the end of the masking of this section of the layer. There's still going to be more to do for this bit of text, but this is going to be a section of it completed, as you can see. Just, you know, it looks really good so far. The masking of it, just go back through occasionally and just adjust a keyframe. It's okay if it goes a bit over because it's a very dark edge, but if you go in, as I'll show you here, like a bit too much, it's more noticeable. So rather be a bit too generous on the space allowed than not, I suppose. So yeah, just dragging this over to the corner here, because we're going to be going behind a wall as well. Gonna have to put this up like that. And yeah, let me just see if that looked okay. Yeah, that looked pretty good mask-wise. Use H as well to move it over, remember? For some reason we got a weird shadow by there. But that is only for one frame, I think. So, we're okay there. This is nothing major. And, there. Move that right up there. I'm actually going to move this bottom one as well. Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that. Didn't want to solo the layer. But yeah, so let's keep going. This is a really simple mask. This is just your standard masking. It's even harder on my Ironclan RC, Ironclan Sniping Editing RC response. I actually spent I want to say 5 days in total on this. I didn't just 5 days straight, but in total, from the recording to the Buju to the Cine 4D, all that took in total I'd say 5 days, is along with the masking, because I had to do a lot of masking on that one. That one, that edit killed me. I didn't want to edit anything then for a while after that, because I just went all out on that edit. But I don't think I'm gonna be doing any masking that crazy anytime soon. So this is the last keyframe where you can actually see it. So let's just save on that so that I can see where the edge is. It's okay, the bottom isn't that accurate, but not much is there, only the corner really. And you go across and you can't see any more, which is great. So yeah, we got that keyframe there. What we want to do is not just do it like that. What we want to do, go out, drag this one out of the way, because we're going to be using other masks on this layer as well. And yeah, so let's get onto that. Actually, I should have done it a little bit differently. So if I go back and click M again, we got that there. So it's only inside that area that you can see it. So what we're going to do now, instead of having it go away, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, put it into the corner, click off, just drag this corner to there, and pretty much just elongate it so you can see. No. Actually, this is really awkward. No, yeah, I did it right the first time. Okay, let me just drag it like that. Okay. So, okay, let me just delete the mask for a second. No, undo. Okay, mask, delete. because now I want to see where we'll see the where it come in. So we'll just keep moving this forward bit by bit. Move that across like that. Move that even more across. We'll see when it comes around the edge. Okay, so we see it first. Frame 333. So if we do Control Z, we'll get the mask back and everything. So if we go to frame 333, oh, exactly the right frame. Put down a keyframe marker. Because then we're going to be doing another type of mask, which if I get my mask tool out, actually let's give me a second. I want to go back to the start of this mask. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Okay. It's getting a bit worried then for a second, but we're fine. Let me just Control S. Control S, not just S. M for mask. So we're right by here, and I don't know actually if we need to. Yeah, we're gonna need to do a little bit of masking, but not too much. So you're gonna use this pen tool again. Do a really big box this time. Let's do it like that big. Yeah, and just connect it up. And see, now we've got the mask 2 is on add as well. So everything in this mask, as you know, will be seen by the camera. So if you just keyframe the mask path again, if you just keep moving forward until I think there's going to be the wall. No, okay. Turns out we didn't even need the to keyframe there. So what we can do is just V, delete that mask. No, I'm really stupid, aren't I? I am really stupid. So on this frame, what you're going to do is you're going to do a really big mask. We actually did a mask as a square then, because why not? And you see there, we're going to have to change where it starts. So let me find frame 333 again. This has been really awkward, this part. I really had no idea what I was doing, to be honest. 333, so we're going to keyframe the path, go forward, and I'm just going to drag this completely off. We don't want to see it until that frame. So if we zoom out, this should look really good now. You see, we'll come into view, see everything in screenshot there. Oh, it's freezing on me. Why are you freezing on me? Okay, Control S. Control S. There, you can see it until the end because nothing clips into it at all. And yes, the Pamaj-tage. That is that. So that is nearly the opening cinematics done. I'm just going to show you how to do it next episode. I'll show you how to sync it up and everything. So if you just do Control S, just to save it, you can never be too sure. Just okay, I've saved it already. I'm good. Then just do. Make sure the that is all set. I'm actually going to preview just this layer just for a moment because I'm going to need to do that. And once I do that, I'm just going to exit my recording in a second, and I'll restart up in a minute. Okay, guys. So basically, the preview worked. I literally just recorded this a second ago, but the audio messed up. So yay, great job there. What I did, because again with this layer, it first 2 frames are frozen. So what I did is I went to the front, did page down, alt ended it, and then moved all the keyframes over 2 frames as well, and now it looks perfect. Now make sure you have both of the layers on. With Control S to save. I want to make sure you do that. Then do Control M, and we're going to render this out. So make sure you use 59.94 frames per second. It'll make it a whole lot easier as opposed to using that frame rate, because it's a disgusting messy one. It'll be a lot easier for us to sync everything up than in our actual one. Instead of using AVI, we're going to use QuickTime because I like QuickTime files, and keep everything else the same. Use OK. Choose this opening cinematic. I just tried to do it, but it failed, so save over that. yes, I would like to replace it. You guys probably don't get that message. Then yeah, just click render. This will take a while, so I'll be back in a minute or once this is finished, and I'll show you me putting the CC on, and yeah, that'll pretty much be it. So see you guys then. Alright guys, so we're on the main project of this. We got the song right by here, the dubstep and whatever, all the cool stuff. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to just grab out, this will be really fast, the opener clip, which I actually already have here. See, it has the CC on it, which I forgot how beautiful it looks. Let's go into full quality. Oh, it looks so nice. And then we can just close this folder, double click, and go to the final. See, we have the opening cinematic. What you want, make it into 1 minute. Oh, let me move that over and let me move this back. I need to see the colors. I like seeing my colors. And I'll take that into a composition. And see there, it looks perfect. It's exactly as we want it. So I'm going to go into here, highlight all these layers, copy and paste, very similar to last time. And we'll see the beauty happen. Let me see that. Oh, look at that. Look at the lights glowing that color. It looks nice. I like the look of that. See, we go from the corner. Oh, and the Pamaj-tage. Oh, that looks really nice. That looks so sick, actually. Damn. I knew picking green was going to be a good color there. Oof. Beautiful. So, if you just Control S, that is it for today's episode. All recorded in a day, and that was just crazy. Oh, okay, so what you can also do then, just put that to that, so you can't really see it. And yeah, next episode we're going to be starting syncing stuff up and starting off the edits. So yeah, make sure you stick around for that, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to leave a like. This took me a lot of time to make, and also comment if you have any questions at all. I'll definitely answer them. And subscribe for the next part of this in a couple of days. And yeah, either way, guys, I've been your boy vKilljoyy, and I'm out. Peace.